Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to the 10th edition. I believe this is episode 10. So, a little milestone there. Welcome back for another episode of the Dark Lord of Memes podcast. And it's me, your host, with the most, Dark Lord Ainz. And in basically every episode, yes, in every episode, I am accompanied with the one, the only, the woman of the hour, too sweet to be sour,
Ew.
holds all the power.
No. Don't ever be sour.
Albedo, how are you doing, love?
Oh my gosh. This is because we've been watching wrestling like all night, all day, right?
Right. So I had to cut a little wrestling promo. Was it good or was it bad? Or was it like a cheesy one like they usually do?
It's so cheesy.
But I have it down packed though. It's sad. But that's neither here nor there. Let's not comment on my promo skills, okay? If I wanted to cut a promo, I could cut a hell of a promo. But we will get into some wrestling talk. Oh, we'll get there, trust me. And I'm excited to get there. But we got a few housekeeping things we got to get out of the way, before we get the show on the road. So I just want to plug the Facebook page, our meme page. Just broke 4,000 likes recently, so congrats to us. Pretty cool. So go ahead and head over there on Facebook. Type in Dark Lord of Memes. My meme page will be the first one at the top. I've done it. So if you just type in Dark Lord of Memes, I'm the top page. And yeah, just click on it. Leave a like, 5-star review, and enjoy the content over there. It's really dope. It's really fuego. That's what the kids say. It's fuego. So make sure you go and like us on Facebook and subscribe to us on YouTube. YouTube channel, youtube.com/ well, basically it'd be Dark Lord of Memes podcast. That's the YouTube channel name. So just type that in the search bar and go ahead and subscribe, and you can listen on YouTube. And so, just want to start off by shouting out our top fans, because we do that every week. So, I just take this time out of the podcast to, show some love to the people who show love to the page. So, new top fans for the week, we got 6. So, shout out to Alexis Haynes, Jessica Ray, Mark Flacco Fox Calvillo, Dalton Crouch, Timothy Huggins, and Chris Chapman. Thank you guys so much for supporting the page. You guys are the top fans of the week. And wear those top fan badges proud in the comment section of the posts. And so this week, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to start off with anime talk. We're going to give our anime recommendations. And I think we have 2 good animes to recommend. And I think they're 2 animes that are very slept on in the anime community. So I'm excited to share them with you. But I just wanted to acknowledge that as I'm talking here on the podcast, I was looking over at Albedo, and she was putting some faces on. I don't know what she was reading on her screen, but I'm excited to find out what that is later on into the show, because she was blown away.
Oh, you do not understand.
Oh, I don't? Well, we will understand later.
Am I just the gossip person on here?
Yes. Literally. And I need all the tea because I love gossip and drama. What's better than that? I mean,
we live in the perfect town for it, though.
I know we do. I mean, it really is good for both. But let's get back on track. But so do you want to give your anime recommendation first, Albedo?
Sure.
Alrighty.
Imagine this. You can turn into a weapon and eat souls. Like, and the moon bleeds out of its mouth, and the sun just looks like it'll, like, stab you to death. Like, Soul Eater has everything.
Oh, so you're going to recommend
heart,
Soul Eater?
The drama.
Wow.
The fact that you can morph your body into a legitimate sword. Who wouldn't want to do that?
Hey, I mean, I would not be angry.
Do you think you'd be a weapon, or do you think you would be a Meister?
See, I was thinking about it. I think I'd be a Meister.
Do you? I think I'd be a weapon.
I don't picture myself being a weapon. I picture myself being, like, the Meister. Like, that's why I'm, like, I love Maka so much in that show. Like, but when she was, like, went mad, I was, like, scared. I was like, oh, God. Like, I didn't want her to go, like, super evil. But it was all part of the plan. Spoiler alert, sorry. But anyways, yeah, Soul Eater is great. I had never seen it, and she recommended it to me, and now we're watching it, and I am in love with it. It's a great show. We're like halfway through already.
I love how when you met Sid, you're like, oh, cool, a black character. And I was like, babe, just wait.
Now he's like a freaking zombie.
And he's blue.
So, but yeah, it's a great, I would have to agree with you. It's a great anime.
Yeah. I give it
great art.
Oh yeah, dude, the art in it is so dope.
Yeah, so good. So clean.
It's clean. Like, it's not your normal one, and like Lord Death just looks kind of stupid.
Yeah, but like, dude, he is freaking...
He's a savage.
He's a badass, though.
Yeah.
He's a major badass. And I kind of like that. Like, I like the look of the silly characters being, like, freaking strong as hell. I don't know why I like that, but...
Like, it's great.
It's cool, yeah.
And I
think that's why I like Assassination Classroom, too, because, like, he's the octopus guy, he's such, like, a badass, but he looks like a freaking... Like, what the hell is he? Like, it looks so, like, ridiculous.
Yeah, like, Soul Eater was what I suggested to a friend of mine when she wanted to start getting into anime. That was, like, the first one that I recommended, and she loved it.
Really?
Yes, and she would, like, come up behind me with, like, one of our textbooks, and she would slam me in the head and be like, Monica, chop!
Nuh-uh.
Yeah.
That's awesome. So that was, like, her gateway anime?
Yeah.
Aw, you gave her gateway anime. Were you proud?
I was. I don't know if she watches anime anymore, but I know she really did love that one.
To know that, like, at least she recommended something and that she, like, really enjoyed it, you know what I mean? I love that feeling. That's why I love, like, when I recommend, like, because, like, my friend Baker, who also has a podcast, if you want to go check him out, I think it's called The Bakery with Aaron Baker, something like that. I'm sorry if I didn't get the name right. I think that's what it is. But he has a podcast as well. I think he posts like every week, or I don't know how regular he posts, but yeah, I recommend him stuff all the time. Like, he's always asking for like anime recommendations, and like me being the weeb king that I am, I just like literally just go. I just like type them in like one at a time. I just like sent him like a whole list yesterday, and he was I was like Demon Slayer. Obviously, My Hero, and now he was already watching My Hero because I recommended it to him. So like I like that. Like I like recommending something and then like someone just loving it. I'm like,
yeah.
God, I have good taste. Like I already knew, but this confirms it. You know.
Speaking of which, what is your recommendation?
Oh, you didn't rate yours.
Oh, I'd give it like an 8.3.
An 8.3?
Maybe a little more.
Honestly, I would put it higher. I would say at least, honestly, 8.5 opening. I think 8.5 is solid. At least. But it could be more. But 8.3?
No, you know what? Yeah, maybe a little higher.
Yeah, I always underestimate too, like the first one, and I'm like, no, it's worth more.
Yeah, like once I hear like,
because then you get sentimental about it. Like, you know what?
Yeah, you're right.
Who am I fooling?
Yeah, I'd say 8.7.
Yeah, that's a solid one. So yeah, definitely check out Soul Eater. It is I'm so glad she recommended it to me, guys.
Yeah, you weren't a big fan of Inuyasha when I was playing it. Like, you kept asking, you're like, what's going on?
Yeah, I don't know.
You're not watching it.
I don't know. It was just like, I couldn't get with it. I don't know what it was. Like, I felt like it had, and that's one of the, like, great mysteries with me, is, like, I feel like I should like Inuyasha, but, like, I don't know, I can't follow it. I don't know. Like,
it's one of the things that you actually have to watch.
I'm always, like, asking myself questions, like, okay, so, like, they're looking for what now? All the shards, and then I'm like, oh, okay, so, like, who has the shards now? Like, it's a lot to keep track of, I guess, for me. And I'm like, who's Shishomaru?
It's one of those things that you have to, like, pay attention in order to understand.
Yeah, like, you really gotta, like, I'm just like, but there's so many things to follow in it at once. For me, I guess it's, like, too complex. But, like, I like the art style and everything. I'm just like, why don't I like it? But I might revisit it, like, later on, but I don't know. But the anime I'm going to be recommending, and what I'm actually loving it a lot right now. And actually, a coworker of mine recommended it to me, like, years ago when I used to work at the town cinema. And she was like, she'd always, like, bug me about it, too. She was like, why haven't you started Samurai Champloo yet? I was like, because I'm watching something else right now, like One Punch Man or whatever. And she'd be like, you need to watch Samurai Champloo. She kept telling me. I was like, okay. And then, like, I finally came around to it. And so this anime, Samurai Champloo, I love the art style, first off. So it was made in, like, 2005 and ended in 2006. So it's, like, that kind of genre art style. But here's, like, a brief summary of it. So Mugen is a fierce animal-like warrior with a unique fighting style. Jin has a more traditional style, and the two samurai warriors are far from friends. Yet their separate paths seem to cross anyway. Mugen is wandering aimlessly through the city when he stumbles upon a tea house where he meets Jin and Fu. Fu convinces them both to come with her in a search of a mysterious samurai that smells like sunflowers. So the story is very interesting because basically Mugen, he's basically just like this criminal, like, samurai. Like, he kind of just has a don't give a fuck attitude towards the world, basically. And Jin, he's like basically his backstory, he killed his sensei. You don't really know why. I haven't found out yet because I haven't finished. I don't know if they reveal it. But if they do reveal it, don't tell me in, like, the comments or anything. Don't spoil it for me because I don't know yet.
We spoil things for them all
I know. They're probably going to. They're going to be like, oh, revenge. But yeah, so he kills his sensei, and so, like, now students from that dojo are, like, trying to hunt him down because of it, and he's, like, murdering them. Like, he's he's a savage. And then Fu is, like, this 15-year-old girl who basically hires them to both be her bodyguards on this journey to find the samurai that smells like sunflowers, which she has, like, little to no information about it. But for some reason, like, I don't know, like, fate finds I don't know, like, literally fate is guiding them on this journey to whatever this samurai person is. So it's really interesting because, like, they break up a couple times in it, and then, like, their separate paths bring them back together. So it's like their separate paths are interwoven, like, they're always going to come back to each other. So I think that's kind of interesting too, because it's like, like, it kind of, like, makes you think about fate a little bit. Like, could, like, it really be like they were destined to, like, have a journey together, but they don't know each other at all? And for some reason, I don't know what that reason is, and I'll find out at the end of the show. But what is the reason that's, like, keeping these three people together? So it's really interesting, and, like, you basically have to watch to the end to find out, like, why their separate paths lead back to each other. And I like it. It's such an interesting concept. Love the concept. It's very, like, I don't really see many animes, you know, basing their story on something like that. It's kind of different.
It sounds very cool. I totally want to watch that.
Mm-hmm. And I love the art. And the thing is, like, it's so it's really, like, a really mature anime. Like, they cuss all the time. Like, they're not afraid to drop expletives. very like sexual in nature, very gory, bloody. Like it's a very mature anime. I like it, and the art style like fits it perfectly.
Yeah, I definitely have to watch that.
Yeah, and I'm enjoying it. I've been watching it in the mornings, but it's really good. So Samurai Champloo, and it's only, I believe, how many episodes is it? I think it's really short, like 26.
Are you willing to rewatch it?
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah. Yeah, it's 26 episodes. And I don't know where episode. I think I'm on like 20. So I'm like close. Oh shit, I didn't realize how close I was to the end. I thought I had more to go, so that's kind of depressing. I have like 6 episodes left. Well,
I have like 6 episodes left.
I better enjoy those 6 episodes. So I guess they're getting close to the end of their journey. So I'll be finding out my answers. So as far as rating goes, I'd probably give it. I'm like I said, I haven't finished it yet, but I would say it's an 8.8. 8.8. Not quite a 9, really close. Like room for improvement to be a 9, but like 8.8 right now. It's good. It's really good. It's a solid one. So definitely check it out. And so now that we've got anime out the way, so earlier you commented on my promo, being because we were watching wrestling like all night and this morning. Ladies and gentlemen, if you don't know, Wrestlemania 36 started last night in a 2-night event this year because the original event was basically effectively canceled. I believe we talked about it on the podcast. Albedo and I were supposed to be there this year with 80,000 WrestleMania fans strong in Tampa Bay, Florida for, a nice vacation. But fate, kind of said, no. So
you guys, you don't deserve happiness.
Basically, fate said, Dark Lord Ainz, Albedo, you're both trash. You don't deserve this, so
you guys
I'm just gonna
stay in your apartment where you belong, like the scum of the earth you are.
Yes, basically. Oh man. But it's whatever. I mean, coronavirus literally is sucking so bad right now. And I don't want to talk too much about it. I mean, we'll touch on it a little bit later with the topic, but because you just have to kind of nowadays because it's just everywhere. You just have to mention it, but it won't be for too long. But so yeah, WrestleMania 36, like we said, is a 2-night event this year, which we watched night 1 last night, Albedo, and I'm not gonna lie to you. So I went into the show with no expectations of it being good. Like I was just like, after Super Showdown, and you guys remember I reviewed it in length on a podcast. I think that episode is actually our longest episode. I think it's like an hour 40 minutes where I just tear apart the WWE. I shit on them so hard, like I had to get my bowels evacuated, And so, I was coming into WrestleMania just being, this is not going to be good, but I'm gonna watch it because it's WrestleMania, so I at least got to give it a chance, and I was actually impressed. I was blown away.
There was no audience in there at all, so you heard literally everything so crystal clear. I loved it. Is there wrestling ASMR? Because that was amazing.
That really wasn't.
But Asuka should have fucking won.
So we're gonna give our reactions to each match on the card, a brief, what you thought about it. So okay, so like I said, I thought this show, like, I really didn't have expectations for it. I don't even think you had any as well. I mean, I kind of just sprung it on you. Like, let's just check out WrestleMania. Like, we were supposed to watch it live. So I was like, I mean, we should at least watch what we were going to pay for.
Yeah.
So, the first match was, it was a good opener. The Kabuki Warriors, the women's tag team, or the women's tag team champions, yes. Taking on Alexa Bliss and Nikki Cross. So that was the opener. That was really good. I enjoyed that.
I did too. I'm still extremely angry.
I
the
know.
Kabuki Warriors should have gotten it because Our Lady Asuka, but no. You had to cheer for the other ones.
Listen, so
and she had Nikki Cross.
You're gonna let me? Are you gonna let me defend myself?
She had
are you
Nikki Cross on her team, babe, and you still cheered for Alexa.
I know,
dude.
I know. I'm sorry.
Trash. Get out, leave.
Oh my god. I'm dead.
I love you.
I love you too. Oh my god. I understand this. I know. I deserve to be ripped apart for that.
Dude,
I get that, okay?
Asuka, bro. She has a more natural body type.
I know. Okay. I know. I'm wrong. But listen, can I at least try to defend myself? At least attempt.
I don't see how you could defend yourself.
I know, but listen, so I totally understand with Nikki Cross. I'm giving you Nikki Cross completely. I hate Nikki Cross. Her whole character is based around being obsessed with the goddess Alexa Bliss, which, I mean, I don't blame her because she's the goddess, but at the same time, I just don't. Her look does not get it for me. It's not. I can't give it a thumbs up. I'm sorry. And her work rate is average, so there's nothing really putting her over the top for me. So she's out of the picture for me.
I agree.
But Alexa Bliss in the match last night when she did those 2 moonsault things and landed on her knees, and you pointed out, she probably does have a knee problem from landing knees first out doing that flip, but she just does some really good work. I love her gimmick. I love her character. She's the hometown girl, from our home state. You just want to cheer for her. I was just man, go her. But I love the Kabuki Warriors. I love them better as a team than Alexa Bliss and Nikki Cross, but not Nikki Cross. Alexa Bliss. Alexa Bliss, not Nikki Cross. I just want to clarify that. But yeah, they beat the Kabuki Warriors, and so what do you rate the match?
I
gave it out of 5 stars. What was it?
Out of 5.
Mm-hmm.
I'd probably give it a 4.
4-star match?
Yeah, I will hand it to you. Alexa Bliss really did fuck up her kneecaps.
Yeah.
Every time she landed, you could see the pain on her face, and her legs just ripple from how much force was on her knees. Because
she has to you gotta think, she's jumping off the top rope. She's literally just flinging her legs she has all that momentum that she uses to thrust up is just coming right down.
Yeah, exactly.
So
that's the fact that she did that a couple of times, and they were just going at it too.
They were really physical. Physical. It was good.
And plus, anything with Asuka,
right?
I'm gonna give a higher rating.
Right. So, it gets a star just because she's on
Asuka.
Just because she's on the match. So yeah, I understand. I would probably honestly for a women's, especially for a women's tag team match.
They're usually too scared to really for stuff like that.
I just want to do a brief comment on the. I don't think a good enough job is being put on the emphasis on how much women's wrestling has come within the last 10 years. If you watch women's wrestling from 10 years and compare it to now, the athleticism is just crazy different. How they wrestled, and even if you take it further to the Attitude Era, those wrestlers in the 90s to the athleticism now. like guys are just doing crazier shit now. Like it's just, like they're just better athletes, and that's just like from like a 20-year period. It's crazy to see how far wrestling's come. So, but yeah, I would especially for a women's tag team match, I'll give it 3 stars. I think it's 3 stars.
Yeah.
And then I think the next match after that, if I'm not mistaken, was Elias versus King Corbin. Wasn't. So let's talk about the fact Elias wore jeggings. This man wore freaking jeggings at WrestleMania. You didn't even
know until I pointed it out.
I know. She pointed it out, but he did. He was wearing jeggings.
Like, I wore jeggings because I can never find, like, my pant size, like, my waist versus, like, my thighs. Like, it's just unproportional. Like,
yeah.
So I can never find pants that fit my waist if they're too skinny for my thighs, but if they fit my thighs, they're too fucked up for my waist. So I wear jeggings, like all the time. Jeggings. That's all I wear.
Those are women's pants.
Yes, they're women's like stretchy pants.
So the fact that he was wearing jeggings,
like, dude, all of our clothes aren't made for like what guys pack.
Yeah,
like it'll cut into you.
So I wonder how he did that whole situation.
He probably had a tuck.
Probably. Yeah.
Like, probably have to do some tape down there and everything.
Yeah, so this match was, I didn't really care. I mean, it was a good match, like, but I really don't like either of these characters.
Me
like,
neither.
I'm not really, there was a point where I did like Elias, but I mean, they don't really show that they have like too much faith in him by like how they book him, so I'm just like, I don't care about him. And then King Corbin, like I said, I liked him better when he was in NXT as a babyface. I need to show you some old school Baron Corbin, like when I thought he was actually good as a babyface. But now that he's like a heel, like, and he's just a king, like,
that's so stupid.
It's whack. So I'd probably give it a 1 star.
Like, he could, like, if he actually tried with that, he could do pretty good with it. But, like, right now, it's just half-assed.
Yeah. I didn't really, I mean, the match, like I'm saying, like, the match was good. I mean, they had, like, a solid match. I'm not going to hate on it. Like, at the most, I'll give it as 2 stars.
Yeah.
At the most, but that's just based on, like, you know, that's just work rate, like, 2 stars. But I don't really care about either of these guys. And then, so after that, I believe it was Becky Lynch versus Shayna Baszler for the Raw Women's Championship. This match was not good, I don't think. Especially how Becky Lynch won. Like, she literally was, like, in a chokehold, like, getting choked out, and then she rolled over and, like, had her shoulders down, like, 1, 2, 3. Like, she kind of, like, stole it a little bit, or like kind of, you know, caught her off guard. But I mean, it basically showed like she escaped with the win.
Yeah.
Like she barely won. So I don't know. And then Shayna Baszler, like we said, we're not really too big on Shayna Baszler, I don't think. I mean, what do you think about Shayna Baszler?
I mean, I think it's pretty cool that she came from the UFC.
Yeah, I like that she's an MMA fighter for sure.
Yeah, like I think that's pretty cool. But like I don't like her mouth guard.
The mouth guard, like,
and her black eyeshadow is like so like cakey and just coming from like a makeup standpoint, because I do mine constantly, like religiously.
Yeah.
Like her, oh gosh, that black eyeshadow. Like she doesn't have any eyebrows, so she kind of just looks like an alien.
And here's the thing, like, I don't know. I feel like I got tired with Becky Lynch after a while, because I just feel like
she's pushed so much.
Like, here's the thing. I like seeing someone get over, but then like when they get pushed like beyond like control, like where they're just like force feeding it, you know.
They just push her like so far. They like push her so hard, so far, so fast.
Right, like, and it's just like you gotta like let it breathe, dude. Like,
yeah, and it's like every single thing's gonna have Becky Lynch in it.
Right, like I feel like you should have made her like more of an attraction now, instead of just like she's like on everything. She's just everywhere. I'm just like, dude, like, like at the point, like there is a point of like where you get to like an overload where if you see something just too much, like you just don't want to see it anymore.
Exactly.
So you gotta stop. I mean, they're trying to do that with Roman Reigns too. And the thing with Roman Reigns, I don't know. Like Roman Reigns, he listen. I understand your health and everything. Like I know you like were, battling leukemia, and you gotta make a decision for yourself and your family and your health and stuff. But like, you pulled out of WrestleMania, man. Like, if you're trying to get like the wrestling fans to try to get respect for you, I guess I don't know. You're supposed to be in the main event and then you pull out. I don't know. Like they had to find like a replacement and they just put it on Braun Strowman randomly. Like I did not see that coming. I did not see them putting it on Braun Strowman. Which they did after the. Oh wait, did you rate the Becky match?
Oh, I give it a 1.
Yeah, it was like a 1-star match, honestly. And then they had Goldberg versus Braun Strowman, which is also 1 star.
1 star.
So the match literally went. There were 3 spears was it 3 or 4 spears, and then somehow Braun Strowman turns the tide and hits 4 running power slams, and the match was over. So there were 7 or 8 moves total, in the entire match. Yeah, it made you yawn. Literally yawning at hearing about this match. So, yeah, if that says anything. So yeah, that was probably a 1 star. But I guess I'm happy that Braun Strowman won it finally, if anything. But still,
yeah,
it was
because Goldberg needs to retire.
Yeah, yeah, Goldberg needs to be done. With how many people he is the reason that Bret Hart he ended Bret Hart's career. He kicked him in the head and ended his career.
You're just laughing over there.
You know why? Because I was thinking of Kick, and then you know what I was thinking about Kick? I was thinking of the video I showed you from the UFC guy. Uriah Hall knocked that guy out with that kick, and he almost killed him. That was ridiculous.
That was.
Uriah Hall, FYI, if Uriah Hall ever listens to this, you're a freaking savage. Alright, and so, yeah. And then there was Sami Zayn versus Daniel Bryan for the Intercontinental Championship. Sami Zayn retained.
There wasn't anything memorable about that.
Literally, there was nothing memorable about it. I don't remember anything about it.
Me neither.
I literally don't remember how Sami Zayn retained. I watched the match. I know I watched it, but I
don't remember anything from it. I was watching it and I was
I think maybe it was such a generic match that I just deleted it from memory.
Yeah.
I feel it was just so generic. Literally there was no unique thought put into booking this match.
Exactly.
It was literally just okay, we're going to do this, and then I'll do that, and then you'll do this, and then I'll do that, then the match is over.
Exactly.
And I was oh. Okay.
I think it was over pretty soon.
Yeah,
too.
yeah. They did moves, and then it was over.
Yeah.
I don't really get it.
I think the Undertaker might have been a part of it.
I don't know.
I think I remember the Undertaker.
I think you're just thinking. I think you're thinking of the Undertaker because Undertaker had the best match on the card.
Maybe. Yeah.
Yeah, he stole WrestleMania Part 1, obviously.
Definitely.
Out of all the matches on the okay, so if I were ranking the matches, all right. So let me get to the rest of the matches. So and then there's Kevin Owens versus Seth. So wait, Sami Zayn versus Daniel Bryan 1-star match. No one cares. And then there was Kevin Owens versus Seth Rollins. So this match was weird. I think you might have fell asleep around this time. This match, they wrestled like a pretty standard match, and then I didn't understand it because Seth Rollins lost twice in the same night. So I mean, like it just buries him twice. I mean, I guess it's to make Kevin Owens try to look like really good. Which if that is like I like the idea of pushing Kevin Owens. I like Kevin Owens a lot. Seth Rollins, he's kind of fallen down my list. I just think like he's a scumbag. Like I know he's the fiance of Becky Lynch, but like I don't know. I just know some of the stuff he's done in his past, and I just find him to be a very like. I feel like him as his heel character when he has like the security and stuff around him. I feel like that's him. Like times like 10. Like I feel like he's kind of like a d-bag. I don't know, but I don't know the guy, but I just kind of get that vibe. But I love Kevin Owens. I love Kevin Owens. So if you're gonna push him, I mean he beat Seth Rollins twice in the same night. So he beat him by DQ and then he just pinned him because he wanted to restart the match and he was like, "Come fight me, you little bitch," or whatever. I think he did call him a bitch. For emphasis, you know.
Yeah.
And then
they cursed a lot last night.
They did. They were pushing the envelope. I liked it, especially in the Undertaker match, which I'm trying to get to that match because that's the only match worth talking about. So let's get into that. And then there was like the triple threat ladder match for the SmackDown tag titles with John Morrison, Jimmy Uso, Kofi Kingston. This match I was expecting to be really good, and it was really good, but they could have did way more.
Dude, I like Kofi Kingston's like pastel look though.
Yeah, definitely. I like his color choices for sure. His hair looked cool. Jimmy Uso, you know, I mean,
not a big fan.
Not a fan. I mean, him and his brother have multiple run-ins with the law. They just seem like, you know,
assholes.
Yeah, they just kind of seem like assholes. It's whatever. I mean, if you want to be an asshole, I guess that's cool. And then John Morrison, I'm a huge fan of John Morrison. I think I like his whole gimmick. I loved his work in Lucha Underground, which, babe, oh my god, I have not even shown you Lucha Underground. Oh my god, you want to have your mind fucking blown? Dude, there's so many crazy matches on there that you will literally go, what the fuck? It will make you literally say that. Like, what did I just see? So, we got to do that. We have to. But he had great matches in Lucha Underground. And I think it's on Netflix. I hope they didn't leave. Oh, I hope it didn't. They might have taken it off Netflix. If they did, I'll cry. I'll literally cry. But yeah, John Morrison was great in Lucha Underground. Then he comes back to WWE. He's the tag team champions with The Miz, which is okay. I don't really like The Miz as a babyface. I don't buy it as much. I like him better as a heel, but it's whatever because they're together, and I like John Morrison. So they had a pretty good match. I'd probably give it 2.5 stars. John Morrison and The Miz retain. And so now, the moment we've all been waiting for. The Boneyard match.
Yes.
AJ Styles taking on the Phenom, The Undertaker, bro.
Yes.
This is the main event of night 1. And it was an instant classic. Instantly, okay, right out the gate, before we even talk about it, I just want to give it my rating, 4.5 stars. Off the bat.
Definitely.
It was tremendous. And it was just like crazy entertaining. So let me paint the picture for you. So the match opens up. There's like a hearse that drives to this boneyard. And, you know, we're all thinking it's the Undertaker because it's his music playing. And, you know, with the hearse is traditional with the Undertaker. And then the coffin slides out and it opens up. And nope, it's AJ Styles. AJ Styles hops out the coffin, throws up his little, you know, hand sign thing. You know, he's flexing. He's calling out the Undertaker, calling him an old man. He called him an old man a lot. But I thought it was funny. Undertaker, like, he did sound like an old man at points during the match. Like, he was getting his ass kicked. Dude, AJ Styles got some good offense on the Undertaker, and the Undertaker was like wheezing from that shit. But Undertaker, you know, he's the Undertaker, so he overcomes. But But so yeah, it was a really entertaining match.
The Undertaker came in on a bike.
Yeah, like just a badass. He has some new music playing. He's rolling in, dude. He has the freaking bandana. He's the American Badass. I think this is the American Badass making a comeback. That would be kind of cool. I like the American Badass Undertaker. I liked it back in early 2000s where he had like the jean jackets on. He rode the bike to the ring. I dug it, honestly. A lot of people don't like that Undertaker, but I thought it was pretty cool. I thought he pulled it off. I thought he looked like, just like a biker badass in like any bar you don't want to fuck with, I thought he pulled it off. And he's like almost 7 feet tall. Like, you gotta think about that. That's pretty intimidating. So yeah, the Undertaker and AJ Styles have a really good match. Of course, the club gets involved at a point. Rest in peace to Carl Anderson, by the way, who took a tombstone on the top of a shed at one point in the match.
With metal roofing.
Yeah, with metal roofing. Wow, that was much respect, dude. Much respect. That. I mean, like, it could have potentially done some damage, but we hope you're okay. And then also too, AJ Styles taking the choke slam off the shed.
Oh my god, he died.
Falling probably 10 feet at least, landing through a wooden plank.
Man.
And the Undertaker was like talking shit the entire time. Like
he was calling him little boy, son.
He was like, the ribs hurt, don't it, boy?
He was like, come on, get up here, boy.
He was just like, Undertaker just being such a savage. Like,
he's like, you think I'm done, son?
Right, once you get started, what do you mean? I'm like, dang, chill.
He's like, yo, you think I'm finished, boy? I'm just getting started. Ain't that what you said to me? And I'm like,
I don't know. It was just like, it seemed like he was channeling his inner John Wayne or something. I don't know what it was.
Dude, yes. I love John Wayne.
He was just like, just wanting to be a badass. But eventually he ends up burying AJ Styles, which I love that whole reference in wrestling. Like when someone gets buried, like everyone knows if you're like in a part of the internet wrestling community, like being buried is like the act of, stopping the push of a wrestler, like immediately due to like any number of factors. And like I love like at the point where like he's like choking AJ and he's like AJ's just begging like, please don't bury me, like.
Dude,
like they turned like a metaphorical like reference into like a visual representation. I loved it.
Dude, like AJ was supposed to bury Undertaker first, and then Undertaker just popped up.
I know. I forgot about that part.
Done? Yeah. You think I'm finished? You think it's that easy?
He said you can beat. He said you thought that's all you needed to beat me. I'm so insulted. I'm about to beat your ass right now. And so that's literally what happened. He like beats him all over the boneyard, beats him all over the place, buries his career, and then the part where like he puts the dirt on him, and then he like literally walks past the tombstone and like takes off the thing, and it said "Rest in peace, AJ Styles." I was like,
1977 to 2020.
I was like, no, he did not. And then he just rode off.
He did. And then AJ Styles' hand is out of the dirt, and he's like...
The hand is what killed me, bro. The hand was great. And he's just like, help me. Oh, it was great. It's must watch. It's so comical. 4.5 stars. I just want to give them a round of applause. I have been sports entertained by you.
Exactly.
So I'm excited for night 2. We've got some good matches on the card. Some matches I am excited for night 2. Edge versus Randy Orton, last man standing. That'll be amazing. What else is... I don't know. I don't know what else I'm excited for. Maybe that's it.
Maybe.
That might be it. We'll see. We gotta see. We gotta watch. We'll find out. So yeah. But like, what are you rated like overall? Night 1, like out of 10. Out of 10.
Out of 10, maybe like a 6.
That's a good, yeah. 6.5 at the best.
Yeah.
But yeah, probably like a 6. So yeah, but that's better than what I gave Super Showdown. It's improvement. It's quite good improvement actually.
Definitely.
So they're trending up. They're trending up. So next we will be talking about the interesting topic of
Amber Heard versus Johnny Depp and Elon Musk.
Oh, do you want to do that next? I thought we wanted to save that for the main event.
Oh, what was next?
We were going to do 6ix9ine and Melly.
Oh, okay.
We'll get that out the way, and then we'll get to the main event.
Alright, I completely forgot about that.
Yeah. So 6ix9ine is free, ladies and gentlemen. He is out roaming, well, not out roaming the streets, serving the rest of his sentence in home confinement due to the coronavirus.
I think he, deleted all of his social media.
Seriously?
Yeah.
Wow. See, that's insane because, so I thought, when I was reading into it, I believe the terms of the order were that he was allowed to be on social media. He couldn't, but he was banned from trolling. I would assume he was allowed to be on social media because that's, how many artists promote themselves.
Yeah.
Through social media. So probably allowed to promote music and things like that, or interviews that he's doing or whatever, but can't troll in his music videos and stuff, which is a part of a large part I think of the mystique of 6ix9ine. So I think without trolling, will he still have a fan base, which was what I called into question. But then I think that question was answered when I read that he gained 300,000 followers upon being released.
Really?
Yeah. So that's a pretty substantial jump. So maybe he's got legs. I gotta say I know a lot of people don't like 6ix9ine. I personally do enjoy his music. I think he's made a lot of good songs. And I think he's talented, if he's going to start doing the bilingual route, making Spanish albums and English, which that's another point. He's going to be working on 2 albums now that he's out, one English album and one Spanish album, because he's already signed the deal with his record label. They gave him they gave him the advance for it already. So now he needs to start working on both of those albums. So I guess that's what his lawyer said he's going to be doing during this whole Corona thing, is working on the album. So that's interesting. I'm definitely looking forward to listening to the English one. I probably won't listen to the Spanish one. But I'll listen to the English one. Hopefully there's some more bangers on there. Let's see if he still got it. But I just thought that was interesting that the coronavirus was the reason, he was able to get out. That's kind of crazy. And then to touch on the coronavirus even more, my boy YNW Melly gets the coronavirus. So that kind of sucks. I hope he's okay. I think there's a pretty high or pretty low mortality rate for people in his age bracket with it. So I think he'll recover pretty normally. But well wishes to YNW Melly. And now, the main event topic of the evening, which we just changed this last minute, but after hearing about it, even if it is old news, I've never personally heard any of this controversy, this story. I'm totally in the dark on this for some reason, but I'm excited to delve into it with both feet. So that topic being. What would that topic be?
Amber Heard, Elon Musk, and Johnny Depp. Okay, so she was married to Johnny Depp, and apparently she cheated on Johnny Depp with Elon. Elon denies it. Amber denies it, but Johnny Depp has video surveillance proof that Elon Musk was at their place that they share together, on footage.
No.
Yes, and then not only did Amber Heard try to play victim with her domestic violence against Johnny Depp, Johnny Depp is filing a $50 million lawsuit against his ex-wife Amber Heard for defamation. And
$50 million?
Yes, Amber Heard has, like, cut off part of Johnny Depp's finger. He's got her on audio, like, just treating him horribly. So he's going to sue her for defamation, and she basically ended his career by playing victim when he was the one that was the victim. Now there are pictures of Amber Heard and Elon Musk when they were together, and he had bruises on him. He had marks on his face, and apparently someone claims that she's beat him in front of his own sons. But their relationship ended in 2016, I believe.
Mm-hmm.
So they're not together anymore. He's with a singer named Grimes, and
I like Grimes. Yeah. Wait, are they having a kid?
Yeah, she's pregnant.
With Elon's baby?
Yeah.
I did not know that. Wow. Dude, I love Grimes. I used to listen to her a lot in college.
I've never listened to her. I've never heard of her until she got with Elon.
No, dude, she makes really good music. I like Grimes. Wow.
But yeah, so Elon denies, like, being
like abused by her?
No, like, Elon denies, like, the affair or anything like that.
But what did people ask him about the bruises and stuff?
Yeah, he was asked about them, but I don't think he ever said anything. But as, like, Johnny Depp has as a part of, like, the domestic violence lawsuit and everything, he, I think, subpoenaed Elon Musk's, like, stuff where he would, like, talk to Amber Heard because he thinks that there's, like, proof of the domestic violence on there.
On, like, the phones?
Yeah. So he's gonna subpoena those.
What? So if he gets those, he'll have the proof?
Yeah, basically.
So, like, what is this like a developing story? Do we not know if he has, like, the...
I'm not too sure, actually.
He probably doesn't have it then yet. But wow. Man. This is... So... Honestly, so the reason I wanted to discuss this is because I originally heard about this through, like, I was scrolling through Facebook one day, I think, and there was, like, an article that was, like, you know, cancel Amber Heard or something. I was like, what? Like, Amber Heard, who is that? And I found out I guess she was, like, the chick in Aquaman.
Yeah.
And I did not know that she was doing all this shit. Like, so she's getting sued by Johnny Depp for $50 million for, you said, so is that lawsuit for domestic violence and defamation or just defamation?
I think so. I'm not too sure. I think his original, like, domestic violence case was what he was trying to subpoena those records for.
Mm.
But I think now he's suing for defamation.
Defamation, wow. Yeah, that's great. Like, to play victim like that when you... Dude, he's got to get those, he's got to get that proof, though, right?
He's got, like, audio clips and everything of it. That's why so many people are, like, supporting him and backing him. And that's why they're trying to get her off Aquaman.
Yeah, dude, fuck her, dude. Wow. Like, how could you do that? Like, as a human being, like, how could you be that fucking...
cynical?
Like, pathetic, dude. Like, you're actually, like, a pathetic human being for that. Like, I'm sorry. Like, I don't know if that's going too far, but, like, to play... Especially, like, I'm not trying to say, like, you should have a, you know, have a higher sense of value because you're a celebrity or whatever, but, like, when you're, like, a public figure like that, you should at least, like, you know, have some decent character. Like, be, like, a decent human being, but, like, to beat on people and to, like, defame people, that's not cool. Dude, I hope he succeeds.
Me too.
And I think I heard, like, is she still going to be in Aquaman 2?
I'm not too sure, actually.
Because I thought that, like, might have heard, like, she's still going to be in it, like, regardless. Which, like, it's kind of, like, weird, like, you know, with her having all that stuff going on, I'm surprised that, like, a studio would even be willing to take her on. I mean, that's, like, a lot of drama and stuff. I mean, just, like, for me personally, I don't know if I'd, like, you know, have someone on my set who's, like, dealing with, like, a lawsuit or whatever. I don't know.
Yeah, because you don't want them to end up, like, having to leave halfway through and then you get screwed over.
Right. It's kind of a gamble. And I don't think she's, like, that great of an actress to, like, risk it. You know?
Yeah.
Like, maybe if it was, like, a legendary actress or something, but, like, it's Amber Heard. Like, who? I didn't even know who she was. Did not even know who she was. Well, I thought that was, like, an interesting topic to talk about, just because I never heard of it. But now I do.
I
so,
didn't
like,
even know, like, Elon Musk and Amber Heard were a thing, to be honest.
it must have been, like, brief or something. I don't know. When was that? You said, when was that, like, taking place? Like, you said, I think, in 2016?
I think so.
So.
I don't know how long they were actually a couple, because, like, Johnny thinks that she was cheating on him with Elon, like, way before they even divorced.
Wow. So it could be longer?
Yeah.
Wow. Well, I kind of... So, there's kind of like another, like, a kind of a bonus topic, so... I guess I'll give this episode a bonus topic, because I kind of did want to discuss it a little bit live on the podcast, just because, you know, it's WrestleMania season, and, you know, when it gets to WrestleMania season, I always like to look back at, like, you know, my favorite WrestleMania matches, and I always go back to, like, WrestleMania 20, where, you know, it's Shawn Michaels versus Triple H versus Chris Benoit in a triple threat match for the World Heavyweight title, and I, like, really, like, enjoy that match. But I also kind of feel bad for enjoying that match so much, just because of, like, the new Dark Side of the Ring series that came out recently covering Chris Benoit. So I just want to, like, give my, like, brief reactions to watching both episodes to that, and I also want to get feedback from Albedo, see what she thinks about the whole situation, and what you guys think. So they on Vice TV, they basically started this Dark Side of the Ring series, and the first episode they covered was the dark and sad and depressing tale that we all know of the Rabid Wolverine, Chris Benoit, and, you know, it basically, like, tells his story. You know, he's a wrestler, wanted to be a wrestler his whole life. That's all he ever wanted to do. Like, he was a perfectionist in the ring. He would punish himself if he did something wrong. Like, if he messed up a move, he'd do, like, 500 squats, like, as punishment or whatever. So, really into his craft or whatever. And I, like, respect that. And I respected that, you know, as like a kid, you know, watching him and stuff. And he was, like, one of my favorites growing up. Especially because he was so small. And, like, was still, like, you know, manhandling these dudes. But, you know, I really liked Chris Benoit growing up. But, you know, it covers, you know, how Eddie Guerrero passed away, who was, like, his, you know, very close friend that he knew for, like, years. And so basically, you know, after Eddie passed, he kind of broke down. He had been more emotional than he'd ever been previously, just crying all the time, breaking down in front of people. Sleeping on Eddie's side of the bed in their house, like, grasping his pillow, like, really, like, you know, just distraught over the loss of his best friend, who I thought passed away in an overdose. I was actually wrong. He did not die of an overdose. I think that's a big misconception out there. I thought it was, but Apparently they ruled it as like a heart disease that was like, just like caused him to have a heart attack. And they like went into detail how he died in his nephew's Chavo's arms, and it's very sad. And so like basically, I think this was like a big turning point in Chris Benoit's life, and then he tragically goes on to murder his son, and then murder his wife, and then commit suicide, double homicide. What? Yeah, double homicide.
Double homicide suicide.
Yeah, double homicide suicide. So obviously this threw the world into shock, threw the country into shock. All the media out, like when this happened, I remember it like very distinctly, because like this happened around 2007. So I was like 2007. I was, how old was I?
Like 11.
Yeah, like 11. So I just remember this because like I was like really into like wrestling when I was like 11 years old, and I heard like about Chris Benoit and like his death and like what he did and everything, and it just like it was everywhere. Like every news place was covering this when it happened, and I just remember seeing it everywhere. People wanted to know why it happened. Why would someone do this? How could someone do this? Like what drives someone to do this? And then they, that's what basically this whole case broke open the revelation of CTE and head injury, which a former wrestler had a hunch that Chris Benoit probably had CTE because he had like numerous concussions. He said he had more than he could count or remember, just because of the stuff that he did in the ring. Very dangerous, acrobatic stuff. So, I mean, it just kind of, I don't know, it just kind of like calls into question, like I know like I know they never know, no one ever meant this to like happen, but like it's just like a sad like story that could this have been prevented? Yeah, more than likely. If they had just been safer, but like during the times they like back in the day, like they really took like those chair shots and stuff. Like a lot of people didn't put their hands up back in the day. Like they thought it was like the culture was that, oh, I was a pussy if I did that. But like I mean, in the long run, they probably should have did stuff like that to protect themselves, because those are real chair shots they're taking. So I'm glad that WWE's made changes to that, but I just thought that was an interesting story. That and there's conspiracy theories out there too, but like I don't want to really address those. I just want to go with what's public record, and that's like kind of pretty much accepted. So yeah, it's a very, very interesting tale. I highly recommend watching those 2 episodes. I think they're available on YouTube if you go to like Vice TV. Just like a little bonus thing for you guys, if you're interested in like those types of stories. So I think that's going to do it for this week, Albedo. Another great episode, just like always. Are you excited for night 2 of WrestleMania tonight?
Yes.
I'm very looking forward to seeing what they have to offer. I'm excited to see Edge in action for the first time in like 9 years, in a singles match anyways, with Randy Orton. I hope they do some really cool stuff. I'm not gonna lie, I have very high expectations for you gentlemen. So that's going to do it, guys. Make sure to subscribe to the YouTube channel, Dark Lord of Memes Podcast. And also like us on Facebook, facebook.com/Dark Lord Ainz. That'll take you to our Dark Lord of Memes Facebook page. So thank you guys for listening. We appreciate you. We love you. And hope you have a nice day.